Hello and welcome to whoever happened to stumble upon this video or come back to my channel. Hi, my name is Dana and I'm very happy to have you here today. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how I stay organized in school. I just finished setting up everything for this semester, so I thought it'd be a good time to kind of show you everything. And I'm in my senior year of college. I'm a nursing student at TCNJ. I'm repping today. So this is what I've kind of put together as my method from all my years of college and even before in like high school and everything like that. So if you are new to college, or even if you're in high school, or you just really want to work on your organizational skills, I will show you what I do. And I will admit, my level of organization for school is like excessive. So you don't have to take all of these tips, but even if you just integrate one of them or two of them, it might help you stay more organized. So starting off, and I'm kind of gonna like move you around my room and show different things because school is now for my room. So this is a little different. Normally using different methods is like helpful because then I have things on my phone and in my planner and in my bedroom. So if I'm in class or if I'm in my room, I don't have to be near something to be able to check it, if that makes sense. Like normally if I'm at school, the calendar on my wall in my dorm room isn't helpful to me if I'm in class or if I'm home for the weekend, which is why I like to have so many things in so many different places. Right now at home, that kind of doesn't apply because I have access to everything all the time, but I still kind of went through my usual routine just because it's what I like to do. So now that I've kind of gotten all that out of the way, let me show you how I organize. So first thing that I like to do is with my notebook. So I'm really big on handwriting my notes. I know some people like to use like iPads or just type their notes. I'm a handwrite kind of person. So first off, I like to get all of my notebooks in different colors and just label what the class is. Simple, but it prevents me from bringing the wrong notebook to class. Also, I'll use that color, so then you'll see with other things that I do, I'll kind of try and keep like a color scheme. This isn't really necessary, but I like to, like my notebook for history is green, so then when I'm writing down assignments I have for history on a list, I would write them in a green pen. Also, what I like to do with my notes to help keep them organized is a lot of times if you're taking notes during class, your notes aren't going to be the nicest, or when you're studying for an exam, if you want to rewrite your notes or write a study guide, I always get an extra notebook for the semester that I'll make my study notebook, and then I'll use that if I want to rewrite notes or redraw a diagram or to make study guides. So that is my first thing that I like to do. Okay, so the next thing, and I'm gonna screen in a recording with this because I was recording while I did it. I'm gonna kind of fast forward and cut out some parts because it's pretty long, but my like tried and true thing, and I base a lot of my other steps that I do off of this step, so this one's really important, is I make a master list of all of the due dates I have for the entire semester during my syllabus week. So what I'll do is I'll go through, and I did this on I used to do it by hand, but it's a lot easier to do it on the computer. So I'll open up like a notes tab and have my syllabus and like split screen it and just scroll through and type in every single due date I have for a class, go to the next one, type them in. And the reason it's easier to do it on the computer is because you can go and type them in order, if that makes sense. If you write it on a piece of paper, you don't know how many like spaces to leave in between. So doing it on the computer I find to be the easiest way to do it. Then I will copy it into paper. So I go through all my syllabi, boop, 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 due dates, come on. So that's like my due date master list, which I will show you. So I think now is where I will get up and kind of show you some stuff. So hi, we're in my room and I'm gonna have to flip so you're not gonna look at me anymore. Starting off, here is my desk. So I just reorganized my desk for the semester. I have my pencil cup here, which this I believe is from TJ Maxx. It's just pencils, pens, highlighters, scissors here. So I'm a big Post-it note person. So this guy, which again is either from Target or TJ Maxx. I have binder clips, tape, whiteboard markers for my whiteboard calendar, which we'll get to. And this little drawer has pins for my corkboard and Post-its. I'm big on Post-its, which you'll see. And I have headphones for class, and that's pretty much it for my desk. I wanted to keep it pretty empty because just the things that I need. And then so we've got my computer, so I'm going to show you another thing I like to do for staying organized: Google Calendars. So like I was saying, obviously now I have access to my room pretty much all the time, but in the past when I would be actually at school, if I were just hanging out with my friends, or if I were at home, I would be able to check my schedule without having to be in my room and look at my calendar. Along with that, I use my bullet journal, which I also use as a planner. So I'll show you how I set that up to be the most effective for me. So first off, I do a calendar, and then I'll write in my due dates. So I write them a lot of places, and this is really just so I can see it over and over again and be able to not miss things. So I'll write them in, and then if I have work or if I have a doctor's appointment or something, on my calendar. I'll also just make like a whole list if I just want to look at my due dates. So I'll do it like this as well, and then I'll cross them off as we go on. So really you don't need both the list and it on the calendar, but I like just having the list so I can just look at that, but also having it in the view of the calendar is nice because you can kind of see how things lay out with your weeks, and if you're going home or if you have work, you can kind of see what weeks are going to be heavy and what weeks aren't going to be bad. And then I wanted to show you guys how I organize weekly, because obviously having monthly is good, but I like to have it organized weekly as well so you can look at it on a smaller scale. So here's just I set up a little far in advance so I could show you guys a nice weekly setup for me. So I'll just do my days, write down my schedule. And then what I like to do is I'll have a section for my to-do list. So if I'm in class and they're talking about printing something out, or if I remember that I need to do something, I'll write it down here so I can refer back to it when I'm in my dorm. Or I guess right now in my room, so I don't forget anything. And then this one I think is really important. I'll put a section for next week so I know what assignments or exams I have coming up the next week. So while it's this week, I can kind of prepare for next week if I know next week's going to be heavy, or if I don't have anything going on next week, I can kind of plan accordingly for what I know next week's going to bring, and I'm not like blindsided when I go to set up for next week. So that's really what I do for my journal. Also here I have my big calendar where again I write my weekly schedule just so I can look at it. And then this, you might be wondering what all this means. So I'm just gonna move my chair so I can show you. Again, I'll write out like if I have work or doctor's appointment, and I do like to like color code just because I'm a little crazy. And then I don't feel the need to again write out what assignment I have due, but I'll just put a dot for a certain color. Like I know for me, blue is my painting class, red is my med-surg class, so I know that I have something due that day. And then the green heart is just to remember to water my plant. Hi plant. So that's pretty much a little rundown of my calendar. It's just another version of it. Like I said, this is normally not all in the same place. Like it might seem kind of a lot to have this calendar and this calendar and this calendar all in my room, but usually when I'm at school, they're not all in the same place. And I see another thing that I forgot to mention. So back to my computer for a second. What I like to do, I said I was big on Post-its, and this is something that's really helpful because I know for me at school, I'm always on my computer. So what I like to do is write a to-do list on here as well and just cross that off. This is just, I'll swap it out whenever I need to, cross something off when I'm finished with it. And then if back when I was at school, if I got to class early and I was on my computer, I could see what I needed to do or see what I needed to print, and it was kind of just another reminder to me of something that I had to do, because I like to put things in a lot of places so you see it over and over again and you don't forget. Now onto the master list. So I've done this every semester since my sophomore year, and I'll just go through, and a lot of people find this very overwhelming, and I will agree, but I've pretty much gotten used to mine. And in order, I will write out every single due date I have for the semester, boop, boop, and I'll cross them off as I go on. I'll see if I can insert, or what I'll do is I will put a little highlight on my like private Instagram and I will post it every time I cross something off, and then at the end you can go through and watch the whole thing, and it's really cool to like watch it fill in. So I'll see if I can insert a little video of that for you guys to look at. But my due date list is like my tried and true that I base a lot of this off of. And then really what everything goes down to is breaking it down monthly, weekly, and the to-do list can kind of end up being daily, so it is easier to manage. Another little organization tip I have, this is my clinical bag, just to have everything all packed up and ready so you're always organized and not forgetting anything and rushing. If you wake up late, you just have everything you need. You can do the same with your backpack if you're at school, just you can grab stuff and go. Back to my sitting. Also, just a quick little story about the bag thing. I remember freshman year, my biochem professor, she was very scary, and she told us like on the first day, she was like, because it was an 8 a.m. lecture, she was like, always have your bag packed and ready to go, and if there's a fire drill, take your bag with you no matter what time it is. She's like, I've had students come to class and say there was a fire drill at 3 in the morning and I had to come to class and my backpack was left in my dorm, and she's like, well then you're just unprepared, so you need to always have your backpack ready to go and take it with you. So do I think that's a necessary tip for organization? No. But just a little anecdote to add for you guys. So hopefully you enjoyed my excessive, maybe organization style, and this is helpful to you guys. Comment down below what you like to do to stay organized for the semester. Like this video if you liked it and you're going to implement any of these ideas. Subscribe to me if you are not already. I post new videos every Sunday and Wednesday, and I'll see you in the next one.